Hare Krishna, welcome to Hare Krishna Times. Our top stories are glorifying the Bhagavad Gita through Gita Jayanti festival in Indonesia, reports Yadava Hari Prabhu. Whenever scientists or philosophers awaken to a particular type of knowledge, they try to distribute it throughout the world, for otherwise the knowledge gradually dries up and no one benefits from it. Now, therefore, the Krishna consciousness movement has been set up to distribute this real knowledge as it is, without distortion. Although previously there were attempts to distribute the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, these attempts involved distortion and compromises with mundane knowledge. But now the Krishna consciousness movement, without mundane compromises, is distributing Bhagavad Gita as it is, and people are deriving the benefits of awakening to Krishna consciousness and becoming devotees of Lord Krishna. The enthusiasm of devotees in Indonesia under the flag ISKCON in Indonesia held a festival in glorifying the Bhagavad Gita through Gita Jayanti festival, a celebration of the appearance of Bhagavad Gita. This festival adds another color among many festivals that are celebrated by the devotees there. The Gita Jayanti festival was celebrated through series of activities like conducting seminar on Bhagavad Gita, panel discussions about Bhagavad Gita, and a seminar on the grade of Bhagavad Gita, which was attended by many participants. They could distribute Bhagavad Gita to all the attendees of the seminars. The next series was ISKCON Go Green, where the devotees and the committee planted saplings. A Gita Puja was observed at Pura Aditya Jaya, Jakarta, and was supported by Indonesia Hindu High School, Indonesia Hindu Parishad, and ISKCON in Indonesia. They also conducted a Hindu leadership seminar there. The peak of the Gita Jayanti festival was held at Grand Ballroom at Jakarta. Many Hindu from around Indonesia participated on the celebration. Minister of Religious Affairs, Republic of Indonesia, Indonesia Hindu Council, along with Hindu organizations in Indonesia were privileged to celebrate Gita Jayanti festival. This festival could be the seed of peace that could be spread into the heart of Indonesian, the organization says. Atmanivedan Swami also attended the celebration. Other guests who attended the festivals were Indonesia Hindu Parishad, Indonesia Dharma Adhyaksha Hindu Dharma Council, SDHT Pertamina Indonesia, Indonesia Hindu Dharma Women, Indonesia Hindu Scholar Organization, and many other Hindu organizations in Indonesia. There were some art performances that was performed by Hindu people and devotees from Lampang, Jakarta, Java, and Bali. Closing the festival, all leaders of the Hindu in Indonesia signed the declaration to make 2017 the year of Bhagavad Gita. A colossal dance of the appearance of Bhagavad Gita performed by Bali Ranganiketan captivated the audience. Anand Utsav celebrated at ISKCON Gaya. On 13th evening, Anand Utsav Festival of Joy was celebrated at Dharma Sabha Bhavan, Gaya, India. In spite of a cold weather, about 500 people attended and enjoyed the festival. Program started with a melodious kirtan followed by a wonderful lecture by Devkinandan Prabhu, Zonal Secretary of Bihar and Jharkhand. He declared that very soon a beautiful Radha Krishna temple will be built in the holy land of Gaya. A drama on Me and Mind was performed, and the program ended with Aarti and delicious dinner prasadam. First Padayatra in Togo, West Africa, reports Bhakti Charudeshna Swami. ISKCON devotees of Lom, a small town in a small country at Togo, which has about 6 million people, held a small but ecstatic Padayatra for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. Several devotees from their other West African countries had joined it, the 45 devotee Padayatris. They started the walk in Aflao at the border with Ghana and ended in the Hilakonji at the border with the Republic of Benin, covering 53 kilometers. Since Togo is a French-speaking country, they had made a large banner indicating Peace Walk to celebrate ISKCON's 50th anniversary. The procession consisted of 2 vehicles, 2 motorcycles carrying the prasadam books and the mridangas. They started in front of the Lom temple with the blessings of their lordships. During the walk, they did Harinam Sankirtan, distributed books, and also bread and juice prasadam. Many people joined the Padayatris as they chanted and danced Lord Krishna's name. At their final destination in Hilakonji, a tumultuous and dynamic kirtan brought joy to the devotees and the people in the area. Some custom officers joined in the chanting and dancing, and some police officers bought books. They were happy to have made it. This Padayatra was a festival of book distribution as well. They distributed 246 big books, 38 medium books, and 20 small books. Enthused by their first experience, they are planning to organize a Padayatra every year and a bigger one also. Prasadam distribution at Ganga Sagar Mela by Mayapur devotees, reports Lakshmipati Tirtha Prabhu. Ganga Sagar Snan, also known as Ganga Sagar Mela, is the largest fair celebrated in the state of West Bengal, India on the occasion of Makar Sankrant. A dip in the ocean where the Ganga drains into the sea is considered to be of great religious significance, particularly on this day. It draws nearly 100,000 pilgrims and devotees every year. This year, it was hosted from 12th to 16th of January in Sagar Island at Kapil Muni's ashram. In every Vedic festival, the Lord's blessings are distributed as prasadam. A visit to a holy place is not complete without receiving prasadam. Considering this, the devotees from ISKCON Mayapur, the spiritual headquarters of ISKCON, organize a free prasadam distribution camp since 12 years. This year, they distributed 70,000 plates of hot meal, which included dal, rice, sabji, khichdi, etc. Not only their service stopped just by distributing prasadam, but they extend their service to provide night shelters for the pilgrims, free medication facilities, Bhagavad Gita, and kambal, that is blankets. This is one of the compassionate service by the devotees of Sridham Mayapur. Call for homage for Srila Prabhupada's 2017 Vyas Puja book, reports Dravida Prabhu. Vyas Puja is an annual offering of spiritual honor to the spiritual teacher who represents Krishna himself, as well as Krishna's incarnation Vyasadeva, the editor of Vedas. Krishna recommended everyone seeking God to first seek out God's representative and respectfully accept his guidance. Members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness consider Srila Prabhupada the spiritual guide for everyone within the society. Each year they publish a Vyas Puja book, a collection of homages to Srila Prabhupada from devotees and temples all over the world. If you are a direct disciple of Srila Prabhupada, please check out www.sptributes.com to learn about a Vyas Puja book open to all his disciples. The deadline for the submission to this book is also April 15th. Who can write an offering? Governing body commissioners, sannyasis, authorized representatives of ISKCON temples, preaching centers, farms, gurukulas, BBT offices, and others such as BTC magazines. If there is any doubt, a request will be sent to you for a written authorization from your GBC representative. The standards for submitting offering to the traditional Vyas Puja book, the one published by the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, could be read at the following link. Submit your offering by emailing it to Dravida Prabhu at his mail ID. Offering may be submitted anytime from now until April 15th. They will confirm receipt of your offering by email. If you do not receive a confirmation, please resend it. The BBT is not responsible for lost offerings. A historical day for TOVP, reports Shadbhuj Prabhu, Managing Director of TOVP. The Temple of Vedic Planetarium is a unique and ambitious project to make the vast culture and philosophy of the timeless Vedic tradition accessible to everyone. Under the direction of ISKCON founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, rising from the plains of the holy land of Sri Mayapur on the banks of the sacred Ganga River in India, the TOVP is such an incredible temple which is under construction. On 17 January, a historic day for the TOVP construction, as the first bracket on the side dome kalasha was erected and installed. It was made from glass fiber reinforced concrete. There will be 16 such brackets on the side domes, and which would be weighing approximately 900 kgs. The main dome will be decorated by 24 pieces of kalasha brackets. All these elements will be manufactured in TOVP workshop itself. Special protect guard coating has been applied to make it weatherproof. Harinam Ruchi at Los Angeles. Worldwide Harinam Sankirtan Party, the Harinam Ruchi, is blissfully distributing the nectar of Harinam, Lord Krishna's holy name, by loudly chanting, dancing, and carrying Lord Jagannath along with his brother Balaram and sister Subhadra on their Ratha cart in the streets of Los Angeles, USA. Certainly, our devotees never miss any opportunity to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. People are enjoying the happiness and energy, the bliss derived by hearing and chanting Krishna's name with the Harinam Ruchi team. This ends our news for the day. For more news, keep watching Hare Krishna TV. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel ISKCON Desire Tree for more spiritual videos. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.